What's happening, financial coaches? It's Pete here. Want to give you a tip about how I make both online webinars, but really this is something that I used primarily with in-person webinars or in-person workshops, I should say. But that is using surveys to help me improve my content, but also to get clients. So let me explain what I would do. In an in-person workshop or seminar or presentation, you usually have 20, 30, 40 people in a room listening to your presentation. You're doing a PowerPoint. You've got stuff up on the screen, and this lasts for 30, 40, 50 minutes. And so you're doing these presentations. And what I would say is that you should always have a survey at the end of the presentation that you hand out. Now, usually these were half-page surveys, so they look very simple. They are not intimidating, and you can have whatever you want, but you want to make them very straightforward. And this is what I had on mine. How well did the speaker know the content? How engaging was the speaker? How useful was this content? And would I recommend this presentation to someone else? So I only had 4 questions, and they had little bubbles, 1 through 10, so that people could just rank, an 8 or a 7 or a 10, hopefully, or not ones. But they could do this in just a minute so that when you are handing these out, people don't look at them and see a section where they have to write in something and say, oh, you know what, just crumple this up, put it in my pocket. Because that can absolutely happen. So they see this and they know it's just going to take 10 seconds to fill out. But then on the bottom half of that survey, I would have a little form with basic contact information that says, if you would like to connect with me for free for 30 minutes, please fill out the form below and I will reach out to you. And it would just usually have their name and email address. And that's really all I needed, because I would just send them a link to grab some time on my calendar. I wouldn't call them. I didn't want them to worry about getting spammed or getting on some phone call list or getting telemarketing calls or whatever it might be. And the nice thing about this is that most of the time, probably 80% of the participants would just fill out the top survey portion and give it back. And I would tell people, hey, this survey is totally anonymous. If you fill out the top, just give it back to me. I really would just like feedback on my presentation and how I was as a presenter to help me improve. And this can be a good indication of whether the presentation sticks or needs improvement, or maybe the topic is off. It's not going to give you a lot of detail, but if you're consistently getting 3, 4s, or 5s, then you probably need to level up the presentation. So it's actually helpful as a presenter and as a content creator. However, that other 10 or 20% of people have now realized, one, you're an expert, you're someone that they can go to, they like you, they like the jokes you told or the stories that you told, or how you were really relatable or very emotional, or you came from a background like them, or whatever. They see a resource in you that is going to help them through their financial situation. So if they've got something on and now they have a simple opportunity to write down their name and email address and get someone to reach out to them for free and maybe give them some ideas, but at least start that dialogue, a lot of people would take advantage of that. And especially in mortgage workshops, I found that I had a greater percentage of the participants filling the contact me section in. And that's because they were just curious, does a 620 credit score work? Do I need to be at a 680? Is that not enough? 710, what can I do to get that up? How much of a down payment do I need? What kind of programs can I qualify for? Because there are so many specifics on some of these things, even if they have a really good idea about the general information, they might just need you to help them weed through the details. And so what I love about this is that it helps improve you and your content, but also it removes barriers for people to set up a time with you to do financial coaching. They don't have to seek you out later. They don't have to remember your name. They don't have to go to your website. All they have to do is write down their name and email address, and you will follow up with them. And I encourage you to follow up with them by the next day. Send them an email with your Calendly or scheduler link so that you can get them on the calendar and have that conversation with them right away. So utilizing surveys are really key to building your financial coaching business.